A quarter of the 2021 NBA season is done. So you know what that means? Enough games have passed to be able to truly judge if a player has made a significant jump in their game. We passed that threshold where data and the eye test isn't skewed anymore by a hot start. Like when many fans jumped the gun, judging TJ Warren's incredible bubble play or even Bol Bol's one-game preseason debut. The players on this list aren't just one-week wonders. Their improvements are here to stay. And guys, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. The channel is really growing right now, so join the community. With that being said, let's get into the video. The first player that we will be discussing that has come out of the gate scorching hot and has stayed hot is Jerami Grant. Right now, he's undisputedly leading the charge to capture the Most Improved Player of the Year award, as he has made a significant jump in his game that has surpassed everyone's expectation. For the past few years, Grant was this versatile 3-and-D role player for the Thunder and Nuggets. He plugged up the holes of his teammates' defensive shortcomings and was able to slash and hit the 3-ball effectively, contributing 12 points per game last season. Grant really started getting notoriety during the Nuggets' amazing playoff run, and people were talking about the big contract he would be receiving in the offseason. The Nuggets offered him a 3-year, $60 million deal, but he elected to take the same offer with Detroit, and it has been a gamble that has really paid off for him. He has the Pistons' highest usage rate and is averaging a career high in minutes, but more than that, Grant has taken massive steps in his offensive game, averaging career highs in points, rebounds, assists. What has been more surprising is he has been able to maintain his level of efficiency, even shooting a career high from 3 at 40% and the free throw line. Yes, the Pistons do suck, and he's putting up good numbers on a bad team, but we cannot deny the strides he took in his game. He can possibly be an all-star this season, something that seemed impossible for the past few years. Next we have is DeAndre Hunter, who's right now out with a wear and tear knee injury. We hope it's nothing serious, but you never know with these kind of things. With that being said, Hunter has taken a noticeable jump in his game. The second-year player is posting career highs across the board. I know coming from your rookie year to your sophomore year, you're going to make a statistical jump, but the margin of jump is the most surprising thing. He's developed an off-the-dribble game and has become lights out from the mid-range area, hitting over 60% of his shots from 2-point territory right now. Centers who virtually don't play outside of the paint are hitting lower than him. This number will undoubtedly go down, but it shows he's a very capable mid-range shooter, and that ability really lets him get creative with his game. When teams close him out at the 3-point line, he can take them off the dribble, pull up, or take it to the hole. The defender can't really predict him, and that is probably why his scoring average climbed by 5 points. He's honestly been a big reason why the Hawks are currently in the playoff spot, and let's just hope his injury doesn't set him back. Nikola Jokic. Okay, now hear me out. Jokic was already one of the top players in this league, but let's not ignore how good he has gotten this season. He's averaging a near triple-double. His scoring averages has gone up by 7 points and is averaging a career high in rebounds and assists. Just watch the way Jokic is playing this season. It's a true beauty. He's getting his teammates into the right spots, scoring ridiculously in all fashions with no athleticism involved. He currently has the Nuggets in the 4th spot right now, even though they lost a lot of integral pieces last season. And let's be honest, doesn't have an all-star on his team. Jamal Murray is a good player, but he's so inconsistent. What the Nuggets are doing right now is a testament to how good Jokic is. Next we have is Mikal Bridges. Bridges last season solidified himself as one of the best wing defenders in the league. A player able to move his feet quick and guard 1 through 4. His offensive game was weak, but he did show glimpses from time to time. Then the bubble happened, and Bridges was a revelation, a knockdown shooter who helped the Suns go 8-0, and he has really built off that coming into this season. He has become the ideal 3-and-D player, able to shoot, drive to the hole, and play defense at a very high level. He's currently averaging 15 points a game, which is a 6-point climb from last season, and is hitting 42% from 3 on 5 attempts. His high shooting numbers on high volume really tells us his shot is very reliable, and his game development has really helped the Suns this season, as teams can't afford sagging off on him or do late closeout, cause he would just drive by and dunk it or snipe it from afar. Also, him being such a lethal threat from deep gives players like Booker and Ayton more space to operate the floor, as he really stretches defenses. Next, we have the young bull, Collin Sexton, a nickname he has rightfully earned for the passion and intensity he plays with every game. When Sexton came into the league, leaks came out of the Cavaliers' locker saying that Sexton doesn't know how to play basketball and he doesn't know how to defend the pick and roll, set up his teammates, and so forth. They were flat out wrong about him, as he's been one of the only bright spots from that Cavs team. Don't get me wrong, there were problems with his game, but the young bull has progressively gotten better with each passing season, and this season he has made a big leap. His decision making isn't so erratic anymore, and he's not just looking for his shot, actually moving the ball. There still needs to be improvements made with his playmaking, but there are strides being made. He's currently averaging 24.5 points, 4 assists, and shooting a whopping 43.5% from 3, all career highs. Sexton is also becoming a more prominent voice in the locker room and is really responsible for the Cavs playing better and their record right now. His energy is just so infectious. He's really developing those intangibles. Keldon Johnson. Many of you still probably don't know who Keldon is 21 games into the season. He's really flown under the radar, probably because he plays with the Spurs, but he's quietly putting up a magnificent season from his rookie year. Johnson was the 29th pick of the 2019 NBA draft, but he spent most of his time in the G League, really struggling to break into the first team. He only started to get consistent minutes towards the end of the season, averaging 9 points on 59% shooting from the field and 23% from 3. Keldon, who could barely get on the first team last year, is now not only a regular, but an integral piece to the Spurs roster right now. He's leading the team in rebounding and is tied for second in scoring, just behind DeRozan. You can really see he's really playing to his strengths, using his big frame and driving to the hole, and not settling so much for a 3-point shot. Right now, he's averaging 14.6 points and 7.3 rebounds. Christian Wood is another player who's made a massive leap in his game, taking him from role player to potential all-star. By now, we all heard of Wood's story, how on draft night, when he went undrafted, his girlfriend left him, and when he finally got to the league, he just bounced around, always being cut by teams. Then, he finally buckled down and really focused on his career. And he had somewhat of a breakout season last year with the Pistons. His basketball arsenal was loaded with things teams look for in bigs, able to shoot from outside at a decent clip, taking it aggressively to the hole, playing the pick and roll and pick and pop game, and defending, not being easily taken advantage of during switches. With the Pistons, we've seen the glimpses of his potential and versatility, and he really started to gain a following last season on how he's going to be a breakout player. He followed through on his fans' praise, putting his whole offensive arsenal together and improving upon it. With the Rockets, his scoring average has climbed by 10 points, his rebounding by 4 points, and I know he's getting more minutes, but he still remained efficient, shooting almost 40% from 3 and over 60% from 2. His stands were right about him. He has taken a big jump in his game. The next player we have is Jaylen Brown, a true student of the game and a player who has gotten better every year he has been in the league. Brown last year really came into his own as maybe just a smidge below all-star level player in the league, and even that is debatable. But now he is an elite player. His game is just so crisp and fluid, able to drive to the hole, pull up, come off screens, and catch and shoot. I think his biggest improvement since last season has been his ball handling, able to now create his own shot instead of relying on someone else to get him open. Brown right now is averaging almost 27 points, an uptick of more than 6 points from last season, He's also shooting 43% from 3 and 52% from the field, the highest of his career. If you want to see how great of a player he is, just watch this highlight where he scores 33 points in 19 minutes. He showcases his total offensive arsenal and hard-nosed defense. That $115 million contract that he signed is really looking like a steal. Last, we got Julius Randle. Randle for the past couple of seasons has put up all-star caliber numbers for his teams, but it never translated to winning. This season, he has made Knicks basketball entertaining. They're winning for once, and Randle is the primary reason why. Even though his numbers in most categories have not improved, it is clear Randle is a different player from last year. He doesn't just put his head down and rim rush, and doesn't have that same tunnel vision that plagued him last season. He's reading defenses, getting them to collapse, and finding the open man. He's become this point forward type of player, leading the Knicks in assists per game at 6. His playmaking ability has really unlocked him. He's not that turnover machine who makes low IQ passes and takes terrible shots. He's actually dishing it out and finding his teammates. His outside shooting has also tremendously improved. He's taking 4 threes a game and is converting almost 40% of it, which is a 13% increase from last season. Other players who are notably having a better season and I want to show some love to are Chris Boucher, Lou Dort, Malcolm Brogdon, and Zach LaVine. These players are having a sizable jump from last season and have gotten better, but I think a lot of their statistical jump has to do with their minutes, not being held back, and team chemistry. Now, in the comments below, tell me some other players that you think are having sizable jumps in their career this season. This is Earn Your Ranks, where we only talk about ball. Signing off.